So yes, in the last class we're talking about if else, right? So
Yeah.
let's take one more example and see what I mean by if else. Okay. So
Okay.
let's say um, I take a number, okay,
Mm.
and I say 100, right? I want to check if number is positive or negative. So what will I do?
Okay.
I'll say if number one greater than 0, I'm going to say print it's positive, right?
Mm.
Else, so you can leave it like this. So when I run P1, okay, you get it's positive. If I make it
Yeah.
minus, it will not print anything. Why it's not printing anything?
Because
Because
the it is minus, it is in minus.
yes, so
Yeah.
this is false, and when this is false, you don't get inside this, correct? You
Mm.
don't get inside this, and
Yeah.
then you go to, there's nothing else to do, basically, right? So nothing else gets printed. Okay. Now I can put else here, right? And I can say print it's negative, right? Or in fact, I would say it's not positive, right?
Mm.
It's not positive because what if you enter 0? So 0 is, of course, it's neither positive nor negative.
Mm.
So you get not positive, right? So this is how you check few conditions. Now you might want to check three conditions also sometimes. Okay. So how do you check three conditions? So you say here, so see, if you have only one condition, it is if. If we have
Mm.
two conditions, it is if else,
Mm.
right? And if we have three conditions, so we have something called as elif in between. Elif in between if and else.
Okay.
Okay. So here we need to check three conditions, right? So I'm going to say here, if num1 greater than 0, it is positive. Sorry. Elif, see elif, okay, so there's a condition here also. Okay. So you're talking about making condition here also, right? So here you say, okay, you say num1 less than 0. Okay. So you have num1 less than 0 as well. So if, elif, okay, and then you have else. So here I'll say if num1 is less than 0, I'm going to say it's negative, right? So I have two conditions to check for, and third one is default,
Okay.
right? So you have
Mm.
two conditions and third one is default. Now let's say if you have to, uh, you have 10 conditions to deal with,
Mm.
okay? So 10 conditions, 9 will be conditions and 10th will be default one, right? 10th will be the else one,
Mm.
right? So you will,
Yeah.
first one will be if, okay?
Mm.
Second
Mm.
one will be elif, third one elif, fourth one elif, fifth elif, sixth elif, seventh elif, eighth
Wow.
elif, ninth elif, and 10th
Like,
will
what
be,
is the use of putting it elif? Like, we can directly put
we have
else.
10 conditions to check for, no?
Okay. Okay.
We have 10 conditions to check for. And advantage of using elif then else is that, okay, one of these 10 will be true.
Okay.
One of these 10 will be true. So you don't want, see, if it is each as a separate individual value, then you can say if. But now if you see here in this case that you have used 3, only
Mm.
one of the 3 will be used, correct? So it
Yeah.
is always better to put as a if block. Any if block can have if, elif, else. Now, if this condition is met, right, It is not going
Mm.
to check these two conditions. Okay.
Okay.
If this is met, then these things will not be checked. If this is not met, let's say this becomes false, let's go and
Mm.
check here. Okay, so if I make it minus 10,
Mm.
this is false. Okay, but this becomes true
Mm.
and it
Okay.
prints it's negative.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not going to check else.
Mm.
Okay, it's not going to check else. Now, if I make it 0, this is false. Okay, it comes here. This is also false. Then this is automatically printed. So if it is positive number, only the first condition will be checked and rest will not be checked. So that's the advantage. You don't have to check for all. So even if you have 10 conditions and let's say first is false, but second is true, so you'll execute second one, the rest 8 you will not check. So you save some time.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's say you want to um find sum and average.
Mm.
Okay. You want sum and average. Okay. So you say n1 equal to whatever. Let's say sum became 500. Average is sum by 5, let's say. Okay. So let's say sum is calculated, okay, as 500.
Mm.
Now, based on this average value, you want to assign the grade.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll print the average value first. So that we can check the value, when we test our application. So you have sum by 5. Now I'm
Mm.
saying, okay, the condition is if average is more than 90, give grade A. Okay, if it is between 80 to 90, give grade B. So if average is more than 90, grade A. If average is 80 to 90, grade B, right?
Mm.
Similarly, if, okay, so, okay, 80 to 90, the next range is 70 to 80,
Mm.
correct? And in 70 to 80, I say grade C.
Mm.
Next range becomes 60 to 70. And you get grade D. Okay, then 50 to 60. You get grade E, let's say. Okay,
Mm.
is it? No. Now let's say 40 to 50. Grade F. And less than 40, let's say failed. So how many conditions we have here?
Like the grades, you're asking about the grades?
How many conditions should we build here? How many conditions are required?
Oh, for Elif, I think we have to write all these. Here, in the uppercase, we gave only one. It's negative, but we have so many, right? Like grade B, grade C, grade
How
D,
many?
grade
That's what
E.
using so many. So how many? Count and tell me. Think,
E.
count.
Okay.
Tell me.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes. So okay. So now
Mm.
let's start building it then. Okay.
Mm.
Now see, when you have so many conditions, it is
Mm.
difficult to think about what will happen to each condition at the same time. Okay. So we have a command called pass. Pass means, you saying that you don't want to write anything now. Okay. And you'll come
Mm.
back and you'll write it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first build the conditions only. Okay. Then we'll come and build the logic. So I'm
Okay.
saying, if AVG greater than equal to 90, pass. Elif, okay, average greater than equal to 80, pass. Elif AVG greater than equal to 70, Elif AVG okay, pass.
So when we are writing pass, there is no need to like.
See, you cannot leave a block blank. Okay,
Okay.
you can't leave a block blank because when you say colon, it expects
Mhm.
something to come next.
Okay.
So when you say colon, it expects to find or get something next. Okay, and
Mm.
when you do not give it, it gives error. So pass means, okay, I don't have anything to give. That's what it means. It means I don't have anything to give you.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you have pass, elif, then one more elif, right? AVG greater than equal to 50, pass, elif, AVG greater than equal to 40, plus, then next, else, okay, we can start from here. When it is else, grade
Failed.
yeah.
Mm.
So you get grade equal to failed,
Mm.
right? Now, similarly, now we can start here. So we'll say print grade equal to A, right? We can say grade equal to B. Okay, we can say okay.
Mm.
So see, average is 100, so you get grade A. If I make it 450, average is 90. Okay, so 48. Let me make it. Average is 89, so you get B. So see,
Mm.
when you get B, so it checks for, okay, average is 89.6. It checks here. Is average greater than equal to 90? No, false. So from
Mm.
line number 21, it comes to line number 23. It will skip everything that is between 21 and 23. I mean, till next condition, because condition becomes false, right? So in this, if even if we have 10 sentences, those 10
Mm.
lines will be skipped to the next condition because condition became false, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if, let's say you're looking for your friend's house, right? And you know that when you enter, and you know that this is not your friend's house, then you'll not go and check inside, isn't it? You will
Mm.
go to the next house, okay?
Yeah.
And there also, if you don't find that's also not your friend's house, then you go and check the next house. If that's your friend's house, then only you will get in, you will do whatever you want to do with your friend, meet, talk, and then you go back. Then you will no longer go and check other houses because
Yeah.
your purpose of meeting your friend is done. Now you don't want to, there's no point of going in next houses. So same thing here. It goes and checks first house, no, condition is not met. So you go to the next house, next conditions.
Mm.
Next condition, yes, it meets. Then you print grade B. That's the job that you have here. So print the grade B and then you come back home. Correct?
Mm.
So this is how conditions work. Okay. Now we also have something called as multiple conditions or nested conditions. So you can build multiple. Like, see what I have done here. I have built 3 different conditions, right? Okay, this one, and this one. There are 3 different conditions, and these 3 have if. That means the 3 begin differently. The 3 begin differently. Okay,
Mm.
the 3 begin differently. So there's no connection between them. It's like you have 3 tasks. You have to go and meet 3 friends today. So you have 3 different tasks to perform. So you go and search for your first friend, get it done, go to second friend, get it done, go to third friend, get it done. Okay. But within one if block, you will execute only one condition. Okay. So this is writing multiple if conditions. Fine. The next step is to perform the nested if. That means I want to I want to let's say this is 90, right? So I want to check, okay, if okay, so before that, okay, so let's say if your average is more than 40, if your average is more than 40, you all should
Mm.
get pass. Okay, you should also print pass. So one option is you go and say print pass everywhere, right? Go and say print pass, print pass, print pass, print pass, print pass, right? This is one option. But obviously this is not the best option because, okay, same thing are repeating more than once. Okay, we try to avoid repeating as many times as possible. Now, if they say, no, 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 okay, change it to you have passed. So just saying pass, you have passed. Now you have to go
Mm.
and change at multiple places, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can rewrite the same thing, okay, into what we call as conditions, multiple conditions or condition nested if. Okay, we call it as nested conditions. Conditions means obviously more than one. So since pass is there in common for all, I'm going to write one if block where I'm saying if average greater than equal to 40, I'm going to say print pass. Okay. And then I'm going to say else print. Okay. Here they want grade equal to fill, right? So I'm going to say grade equal to fill. Okay. Now within this pass, I will copy this entire stuff and paste it. Okay. Putting condition inside a condition is called nesting.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to delete this pass because I've already taken care of past before. Okay. And this anyway is more than 40. See, when average is more than 40, you get inside this, right? So there's no need to check. This becomes your else. If it is not more than 50, that it will be between 40 and 50 only, right? So it becomes else here. Now you see, if I run the same program, you get same pass grade B. Advantage here is if you get less than 40, let's say, okay, for less than 40, you still have to check all these values and then check the last one, correct? You have to check, is it more than 90, is it more than 80, is it more than 70, 60, 50, 40. Finally, you'll check for less than 40, right? So you will, okay, you will end up checking multiple conditions before you arrive at your destination. Now, in this
Mm.
case, okay, if you get failed, you'll check, is it more than 40? No. Do you directly come here? Right? Two-step done. Yes or no?
Mm.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is how you check multiple conditions. Now you can have conditions. Let's say if you get more than 95, you want to give award. Okay. So now see,
Okay.
advantage I told you is this condition will not be checked if your average is less than 40, right? So you are doing
Mm.
you are checking one more gate, right? You have
Mm.
gate inside a gate. If gate doesn't look like your friend's door, you will not even
So,
go and check inside.
so average greater than or equal to 40, it won't check for that. It directly go to
No, no,
9.
no. It will
Right?
check. This is the outer condition, right?
Mm.
It will
Yeah.
check here, and if this is false, then
Then it
none
will
of
go to
these,
the next. Yeah.
right? So none of
Mm.
these is called. So if you looking for failed condition, then you
Mm.
can save time. You don't have to iterate through all this,
Okay.
right? Okay. So now what I was saying is, yes. Now let's say you got 95%. So I can check here if average greater than equal to 95. Then you have print, you win. Okay, you win presence medal.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so you win president's medal. Now, in this case, okay, this is condition inside condition inside condition. If this is true only, this will be checked. If this is true only, this will be checked. So if you get 80, if this becomes false, this will not be checked. Obviously, if you have
Yeah.
not got
If not,
90, you have not
not.
got 95,
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So this is
Yeah.
your condition inside condition.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
So we'll do one program. Okay, I'll do half and half I'll let you do. Okay, I'm
Mm.
checking
Mm.
if number one is greater than, I mean, you have two numbers, which is greater, I want to check. Okay,
Oh,
so let's say I put num1 comma num2. You can put something like this also. Okay, 10 comma 15. So I'm saying
okay.
num1 comma num2 10 comma 15. Okay,
Mm.
and now I want to check which is greater. So I'm going to say if num1 greater than equal to. Okay, you have three conditions, but for now we'll just look at two conditions, right? If
Okay.
num1 is greater than equal to num2, I'm going to say print num1 num1 is greater than or equal to, let's say, num2. Simple.
Mm.
Else, else num2 greater than equal to num1, right? 15 greater than equal to 10, right? Simple. Now what I want to do is I want you to introduce one more number, num3, okay,
Okay.
and show me the relationship between three numbers. Use your condition logic that we have done something like this, nested if, and
Mhm.
try to figure out.
Okay.